All right, Shalom. Shalom, shalom to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, starting with the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each of the tribes, and to the innumerable multitude of the one-third remnant of men, women, and children that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to have mercy upon in these latter days, which we're in the beginning stages of. And unto the speckled birds, all right, these Israelite foreigners that are within the midst of these heathen nations that look like the heathens and speak their languages but are not. All right, shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom to all of you. Before we get started with this quick hit lesson, we're going to face the east and open up by giving the much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waha, Rachat Kodash, Shabbat Shemayim, Kol Halayim La, Abba Nawa, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waha, Rachat Kodash, Shabbat Shemayim, Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahweh Shai, Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahweh Shai, Barak Atha Yahweh, Barak Atha Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waha Rachat Kodash Shabbat Shemayim. All right, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father's name, who the world calls God, which his name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, which means he is, he exists, he to be the existing one. Bahashem in the name, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly and incorrectly calls Jesus Christ, which his name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, which means he saves, he delivers. He is the savior for the nation of Yashar Allah in general, but only for the elect. The 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each of the tribes, to the innumerable multitude of the one-third remnant of men, women, and children, and unto the speckled birds, the Israelite foreigners that are within the midst of these heathen nations that look like the heathens and speak their languages but are not. All right, that is it. The chosen, the remnant, the elect. Bahashem in the name, Waha Racha Kodash Shabbat Shemayim, and the Holy Spirit which art in heaven. All right. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone GMS that taught us this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you sincere Akim wa Aqua, you sincere brothers and few amounts of sincere sisters that'll tune into this quick hit lesson. Adawan Baratazah, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point and playing upon the tables. All right. I'm your brother, Ayam Nawa Allah, representing Warriors for Yahushai out here in Houston, Texas. All right. 77089. All right. So without further ado, we're going to dive right into this. And as always, the topic is a biblical prophecy. So without further ado, we're going to dive right into this, bring this forth straight to the point, playing upon the tables, and we'll close it out. All right. So as you see in the title, it says, a kingdom divided shall not stand. Simple, right? A kingdom divided shall not stand. And what do we mean by this? When the kingdom is divided, it shall not stand. You got a lot of controversy, or not controversy, you got a lot of bickering back and forth. You got a lot of contrariness within your actual nation itself, by means of the ruler and the people, and its people that it's leading. All right. That kingdom is not going to stand for much longer, because what's going to happen in effect of that conflict, that controversy? All right. Civil war. Right. So in other words, what are we getting to the point with in this topic? In other words, what? The demise of America, Babylon the Great, by means of potential civil war, which is written within the scriptures. And guess what? What happened in the ancient days is merely going to happen again in this present modern day and age. All right. Hey, Shabbat Shalom, brother. Shabbat Shalom. Yabashno Shai Barakatah. Oh, shit. Hey, call him La Yabashno Shai. Hey, the 99 cent store's closing down near the brother. All right. Hey, this goes to show you, man. Look, soon to come to pass that that scripture, man. No work in Egypt. All right. A lot of these places are going to be foreclosed. A lot of these places are about to be shut down, man. All right. Ain't going to be no work in Egypt, America, Babylon the Great. All right. But with without further ado, we're going to dive into this, all right? The article to this topic that we're doing is in the link in the description box, all right? Take heed to it at your leisure. We're going to dive right into this, all right? It says United States breaking apart. United States breaking apart with 25 states ready to leave. Texas secessionist. So like, I'm trying to get this word. I don't know why it's not letting me touch it. Okay, there we go. All right. So really quick, we're going to get into this word. All right. Secessionist. All right. It says a person who favors formal withdrawal from membership of a federation or body, especially a political state. Especially a political state. All right. Trying to get the similar terms, which probably doesn't have anything like that. All right. But look, you got 25 states that are on board to fucking depart from the Americas, man, to depart from being a part of the United States. Right. You know how to try to say in the world, united we stand. Shit, the United States is about to be divided. All right, real soon. All right, 25 states are already are agreeing to leave the United States, man. All right, they're ready to leave. All right, it says Texas secessionist, man. A leading Texas independence campaigner has said the United States is breaking apart, with over 50% of the population in 25 states ready to secede based on his interpretation of two recent surveys by the polling company YouGov. The claim was made by Daniel Miller, the president of Pro-Independence Texas Nationalist Movement, in the most recent edition of his Texas News podcast. Questions about the integrity of the United States has increased in the face of fiercely partisan politics in Congress and the contest 2020 presidential election. In February 2023, House Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene sparked controversy after calling for a national divorce between red states and blue states. Between February 2nd and the 5th, YouGov asked 35,000 Americans, you Babylonians, whether they would support their state seceding from the Union and becoming an independent nation. The results varied considerably, from highs of 36% in Alaska, 31% in Texas, 29% in Cali, and a low 13% in Minnesota. Across the United States, the survey found 23% of Americans wanted their state to become independent, and 51% opposed, and 27% unsure. All right. So look, you got people that are on board for it. You got people that are not on board for it. And you got people that are just in the air. They're like, man, I don't fucking know. All right. Let's get that one more time. It says the results varied considerably, from highs of 36% in Alaska, right, that are for departing from the United States, 31% in Texas, 29% in California, and a low 13% in Minnesota. Across the United States, the surveys found that 23% of Americans wanted their state to become independent, and 51% opposed, and 27% unsure. So there's a fucking mass, there's mass confusion going on in the United States right now, man. All right. You got a few states that are willing to depart from the Americas. You got a few states that are opposed to it. And you got a few states and Americans that are just like, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind departing, but it's like, I don't know why we would. Right. So there's mass confusion here. The United States is crumbling, man. All right. Crumbling, faltering, folding, man. this place falling apart, where the people don't even want to fucking be a part of the United States. They want to be their own independent nation, man. By means of what? Whatever state that they're in. All right. And you saw the states that were proven in there. All right, in the article. There's a lot of information on here. So, hey, we're not going to dive into this too heavy. All right. We're going to get the scriptures, dive into this really quickly. All right. As I said before, the link is in the description box. Take heed to the article at your leisure. All right. We're going to dive into these scriptures. All right. As it says in the title, a kingdom divided shall not stand, man. All right. A kingdom divided shall not stand. So let's open up with this. Let's get 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, this know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. Know this also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. All right. And the title of this above 2 Timothy goes into, it says difficult times will come. All right. Let's get into that word perilous. All right. The Greek translation for the word perilous goes into Strong's G, right? 5467. Chalepos, which goes into difficult, i.e. dangerous, right? Furious, fierce, perilous, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fierce, and savage times. All right. Those are the times that we are truly entering into the beginning stages of, man. All right. Times that are what? Full of danger and risk. All right. Let's get the similar terms for perilous. Dangerous, fraught with danger, right? Hazardous, risky, unsafe, treacherous, right? Difficult and exposed to imminent danger. All right. These are the times that we're truly entering into, man, the beginning stages of it. All right. You got the United States folding within itself, man. 25 of these 50 states in America, Babylon the Great, are willing to secede from being a part of the Americas, man, and become their own independent nations. All right. A kingdom divided against itself shall not stand, man. This is happening. All right. The article is in the description section. Go take heed to it. All right. Let's get the book of 1 Peter. Chapter 4, verse 7. All right. And it reads, but the end of all things is at hand. The end of this wicked era of existence that we're in the midst of, the eon and the age of wickedness. All right. It is at an end. It is at hand. All right. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right. We're to be sober. Right. Let's get the Greek translation for the word sober. Strong's G 4993. Sophroneo, which goes into to be of sound mind, sane, having sanity, right? To be in one's right mind, to be sober-minded, right? To be sound of mind in general, all right? So in these last days, right, we see the end of this wicked-ass rulership. We are to be what? Sober-minded, physically, spiritually, mentally. Constantly what? It says, and watch unto prayer, right? Watching for these prophetic events to come into fruition. Here in America, Babylon the Great. These things that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has told us to watch out for, right? That's what we were supposed to be spiritually, soberly, physically, mentally sober upon watching. All right. These things that are playing out upon the earth. All right. The things that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has warned us to come in the last days. All right. And guess what? One of these things that we are to look out for is the demise of America, Babylon the Great, by means of its, its collapsing of itself within it. All right. Now you got 25 states talking about they don't even want to be a part of the Americas, man. All right. That they're willing to secede from being a part of the United States and becoming their own independent nation. All right. This is how you know, man, America's through. America's through. They had fucking surveys and polls about how if they were able to secede from America, they would. 31, or if I'm not mistaken, 31% of Texas said that they're willing to depart from the United States and become their own independent nation. California, Minnesota, right? 25 of these states in America, Babylon the Great, are willing to depart from being called America, Babylon the Great. They're willing to be their own independent nation. That's how you know that this place is through, man. This place is through. A kingdom divided shall not stand, man. It is not going to be able to stand because now you got the people against the natural authority, the government, man. All right. Let's keep going. Let's get the book of Mark, right? Pertaining to what it says in the title, right? The book of Mark. Let's get chapter 3, verse 24 on down to 26. All right. And it reads, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. All right. In other words, look, America, Babylon the Great is about to bring forth its end. The demise of America, Babylon the Great is nigh, man. It's evident. It's coming into fruition. We see it. 25 states truly wanting to depart from America, Babylon the Great. And you got multitudes of these people that are within these other states that are not, they're unsure. Like, oh, I don't know if we should depart, but I don't mind if we do. That's how you know America, Babylon the Great is through, man. All right, this place is fucking through. It's sinking. It is folding. All right. Let's get this word divided. All right. In the Greek translation, Strong's G 3307, miraizo, which goes into to disunite, to be, or it's like it be difference between, divide, give, participle, to divide, to separate into parts, into factions, right? Cut into pieces. All right. So this is what's happening, man. This is what's happening. The people are truly willing to depart from being called America, Babylon the Great. All right. They're willing to just secede from being a part of the United States in general and become what? Their own independent nation, man. That's how you know America, Babylon the Great is truly through, man. All right. This place is truly willing to fucking go against the government and be their own independent nation so they can govern their own fucking state or nation at that point. All right. Come on, man. Look at the signs of the times. All right. Hey, Shabbat Shalom to the brother. Shabbat Shalom. Yahweh Shem Shai Barak. Brother. Shalom. Brother out there in Michigan, man. Shabbat Shalom. All right. Now let's get this. Let's keep going further with it. Let's get Second Esdras, right? Second Esdras chapter 14 and verse 16, straight to the point. All right. And it reads, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. All right. Now, reason why to bring this forth is because there's a lot of talk about division. There's a lot of talk about how people don't like the ruling, the governors and the rulers that are at large right now. All right. But what can this potentially lead to in the near future? Civil war. All right. Because the people are not going to fucking want to deal with a lot of the shit that the government is bringing forth in these latter days, man. All right. The times is already evil. And it's only going to get greater than the evils we see right now, presently. So with that being said, what could potentially happen? What are those greater evils that could potentially happen in the near future, man? Civil war. All right. And we're going to prove that through the scriptures, man. Because look, you already got the division within the nation itself. It's 25 states willing to depart and secede from America to become their own independent nation. So if America tries to bite back at that, right, what do you think these people are going to try to do? If they want their independent freedoms, then they're going to fight for that shit. They're going to fight for that shit. They're going to rebel, right? Against what? The natural state of monarch, which is what? The rulership that is at large by means of the president, the governors, the rulers, all these people, right? In other words, what? Sedition among men, right? So let's keep getting this further. Let's get this in the book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 2, straight to the point. All right. And it reads, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right. These Babylonians against Babylonians, Americans, so to speak, against Americans, right? Because you're going to have your government against the people and the people against the government, right? Civil war, civil unrest. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? This is what is soon to be made manifest. This is civil war, right? When the government tries to come down and strip you away from your rights and stuff like this, and then, you're saying, well, let's secede from the government, from America itself, and let's become our own independent nation. And you get a lot of bite back, right? Resistance from the government. What is the people going to do? They're going to fight against the natural authorities, man. The governments, the rulers. Civil unrest, civil disorder, sedition among men, civil war, man, right? As we say, man, as the title says, a kingdom divided shall not stand. Simple. Let's get this in 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras chapter 15. 14 on down. All right. The book of 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verses 14 on down to 19. All right. And it reads, woe to the world. Woe going into destruction, calamities, wasteness, and desolation. All right. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, the inhabitants of the earth. All right. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. All right. The sword in this modern day and age is considered to be the modern day gun, right? Or anything considered to be a weapon of mass destruction, right? Drones, robot dogs, AIs, satellites that have missiles on it, fucking intercontinental ballistic missiles. All these things are considered to be the sword. And also Esau Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, is the sword of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, just on the left-hand side to do his bidding, all right, to wipe and purge wickedness from off the face of the earth, all right? By means of 2/3 of our nation, all right? For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, meaning it's coming closer, it is coming into fruition. And one people, listen up, one people shall stand up to fight against another. What does that sound like? It sounds like civil war. One people here in America, Babylon the Great, is going to stand up and fight against another people, all right? It could also be race wars, because there's going to be a lot of, type of wars here. Civil war, race wars, all right? Straight against the sodomite wars, right? All them type of, conflicts that are going to happen here in America, Babylon the Great, because this place is confused as hell. You already, like I said in the article, man, 25 states are willing to secede away from America, Babylon the Great. And you got, 31% of the people that are unsure if they should depart or if they shouldn't. They don't know if that's going to be good or bad. If you're on the fence, all right, that's how you know it's bad for you, because you don't know. You're like, oh, America is kind of bad, but I don't know. They still help. But then again, it's like, I don't know. All right, you're unsure. So therefore, look, this place is through, man. You got the people overthinking like, damn, I mean, we should fight for our own independence, to have our own state as our own nation, instead of being a part of America, Babylon the Great. All right. A kingdom divided shall not stand, man. All right, let's keep reading. This verse 15 says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Modern day gun, right? Anything that is considered to be a weapon of mass destruction, right? Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men. What's that word sedition go into, man? Sedition. It says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch, right? Similar terms. It goes into incitement to riot, to rebellion, agitation, to discontest, all right? Troublemaking, right? Provocation, insurrection, insurgency, civil disorder, all right? And disobedience. Right. So in other words, what? Civil war. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Slakia. There shall be sedition among men and invading one another. All right. People are going to be invading one another's houses here, man. All right. Their dwellings, their private abodes. When all hell breaks loose and civil unrest is made manifest, right? Where people are not, regarding the kings or the princes, right? Your governments, your heads of government, and then you got your local municipalities, your military, your local law enforcement, right? People are not going to be regarding them, all right? It says it within here, man. Let's keep going. It says, in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, all right? The kings of this world right now, your president, your congressman, all these people that are in power right now, all right? All these people that are of a high political
stature in this world, right? And your princes, your military, and your local law enforcement, the people that bring forth what? Your law and order, right? And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. Nobody's going to come against these people when civil unrest is made manifest, when they start kicking in doors, when they start killing people. All right. Because they want to fight for their independence. They want to fight for their freedom. All this shit against the government. All right. Nobody's gonna stand in their way, man. All right. Because there's a lot more of these people here in America, Babylon the Great, willing to fight against the government than people in the government willing to fight against the people. All right. It says, "And man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." All right. So look, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Look, you see these fucking bridges being knocked down. All right. You see how they're fucking talking about how there's many troops from these other countries here already that are joining the United States military. What happens when what's that called? Martial law is made manifest. You're gonna have all these fucking roadways blocked, all right? These major roadways to leave from one place to another, and you're not gonna be able to, all right? Especially primarily how they're knocking down these bridges, man, all right? If that's not a sign of the time, like, hey, why are these major bridges being knocked down? One is you're not able to receive the goods that you used to get by means of transport, and they cut off those bridges, right? And also, what? To starve out the people and to also keep them in check. Because look, soon to come to pass, this is what's going to happen, man. All right, people are going to desire to go into these cities or to another city, and they're not going to be able to, man. All right, you already got the damn government coming against the people right now as we speak, and yet still people don't believe that these things are going to be made manifest when it's happening right now before the eyes of the people, man. All right. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, their high-mindedness, their arrogance, right, their haughtiness, the city shall be troubled." All right. What does Yahweh Shemel Shai say in the scriptures? All right. He says, "Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." Right. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Troubled with what? Chaos, destruction, mass death. The houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. You tough niggas in the world, you gun-toting ass jakes, 2/3 ass niggas that believe themselves to be something in this world when you're really nothing. All right. You're going to be afraid of the things that are happening in this world that are being made manifest. All right. And if you men are going to be afraid, how much more so you women? The weaker vessel. How much more so you women? Right. Let's keep going. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor." No pity, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. A prime example of that is when you look at the movie, the Book of Eli, right? When they went, it was the Jake and the woman, and they went into that cannibal's house, right? And the fucking people came after him, and they started to shoot a fucking anti-aircraft fucking weapon at him. And that house collapsed, man. All right. That's what's going to be happening out here by means of what? Civil war, civil unrest, insurgency, insurrection, man. All right. Civil disorder, civil war in general. Right. "And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword," the modern day gun, and anything that is considered to be a weapon of mass destruction. "And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." All right. In other words, what? The famine, man. The famine is also a very big part of biblical prophecy, and that's coming into fruition now. All right. They're burning these damn farms, killing off cattle. All right. Engineering the famine, man. All right. Engineering this famine, the lack of food, the scarcity. All right. The lack of nourishment, the shortages of. All right. That's happening right now. All right. When that happens and it's made manifest full-fledgedly, right? People are going to be doing this shit, going into one another's houses. Because the store warehouses are not going to be full of food anymore, right? Your Krogers, your fucking your Walmarts, your grocery stores, your marketplaces that hold food, grocery stores, right? They're not going to have that anymore. So guess what? Your next grocery store is going to be these people's houses, man. All right, and that's why it says that literally people are going to be invading one another. All right, this is the time that we're coming into, man. All right, 25 states have literally said that they are willing to secede from America, Babylon the Great. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, when it comes down to that, the president doesn't like that shit. So he's gonna come down against the people and do some shit that the people are gonna have to fucking, oh, I need to be a part of America because they offer this, they give me this, they give me that. All right. But really what it's gonna cause is civil unrest, man, civil war. You want to strip people of food and bring forth what they call and besiege the people by having them not receive food in the damn markets and shit. All right, they're gonna uprise, man. They're gonna uprise and go into people's houses. They're gonna fucking storm the Capitol like they've done before. All this shit is gonna happen all over again, but on a whole nother level, and it's not gonna digress. It's only gonna get worse. All right. Let's get this in the book of Luke. All right. The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 36, straight to the point. It says, watch ye therefore and pray always. Watch what? For these prophetic events, man. The scriptures also tell you what? In Ephesians 15 through 16, if I'm not mistaken, it says, walk ye circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times because the days are evil. All right? The days are evil, man. The days are evil, and it's only going to get exceedingly worse in the near future, man. That's why we are to watch. Watch for these things. Watch for these prophetic events to come into fruition, right? Watch ye therefore and pray always. Pray without ceasing, man. That ye be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. All right? What things to come to pass? The dangers, the said perils that are written within the scriptures, man. All right? That's what we're hoping and praying for. We're hoping and praying that we are found worthy, accounted worthy to escape all these things that Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shah is going to bring forth upon the earth, man. That is written within the Holy Scriptures. We're hoping and praying, and through faith, we do believe that we could potentially be those very elect men, Adonai Ratazah, and we're going to be able to be preserved from the said perils that are going to be made manifest upon the earth, all right? Because we're serving Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. We're professing the gospel, the good news. We're warning our people week in and week out on the highways and hedges, using our body as a living sacrifice, doing these epistles, right? These videos, these sit downs on the World Wide Web, right? Constantly lessons are going out, and constantly rehearsing the righteous acts, even off the camera. All right. So we are hoping and praying that we are accounted worthy to escape everything that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to bring forth. All right. That is going to be what? The demise of this kingdom, man. All right. By means of what? War, pestilences, famines, and teeth of wild beasts. These things we prophesied in the ancient days, man. There's nothing new under the sun. All these kingdoms have fallen by means of what? Wars, pestilences, famines, teeth of wild beasts. There's nothing new. The scriptures tell you what in Romans 15:4. It says that what is written aforetime was written for our learning, right? And then you get Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 7, and it says what? That the things that are happening now have happened before, and the things that are soon to come have happened before, and there is nothing new under the sun. History merely repeats itself, man. We've seen the downfall of America, man. It ain't a damn thing. It ain't nothing to be astonished at, all right? Because it's inevitable. It's soon to come to pass. And guess what? You got 25 states, so-called states, all right, that are willing to secede from America, man. America's through. If you don't see it by now, shit. Hey, I really don't know what to say. All right, you're just gonna be destroyed here in America, Babylon the Great, when it is destroyed. Simple. All right. But without further ado, I'm not trying to make the lesson too long. I don't want to the lesson was edifying, straight to the point, plain upon the tables. All right. Before we close out, we're gonna face the east and give them much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem, Wahar Rachak Wadash Shabbat Shemayim. All right, double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone GMS that taught us this truth and that rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. For you sincere Aki and Wa'akwa, for you sincere brothers and few amounts of sincere sisters that have tuned into this quick hit lesson, Adonai Ratazah, that this lesson was edifying and exhorting unto you, straight to the point, playing upon the tables. All right, I'm your brother Ayam Nawa Allah, representing Warriors for Yahweh Shai out here in Houston, Texas. All right, 77089. Without further ado, we're going to drop this one. All right, on to the next one. Adonai Ratazah. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam. Shabbat Shalom.